Dustin, let me start by congratulating you on what has been an amazing season so far. And we knew that this team had a chance this year coming in, and certainly they've lived up to everything that you were hoping you would get out of this group. Tell me, first of all, how rewarding it has been to coach such a great group of kids, as you had told me, that have really kind of put the team in front of themselves in every case, and to have the success that has you now playing for his first ever state championship potentially.
Man, these really are great kids. I love them to death. They're a lot of fun to coach. They're real. I can be real with them. Players and coaches have a great relationship. There's a lot of respect, a lot of chemistry. But we have fun at practice. We have fun doing what we're doing, and obviously it's more fun when you win. And it takes talented players to win games, along with good coaching. But these kids are talented, they're big, they're strong, they're fast, and they love playing football. And when you put kind of all those things together, that's kind of equaled the success that we've had.
Especially coming after on the heels, or we're still obviously in this whole COVID situation, but things have been so different and so tough. And to have such good things happen in a period of time that is been pretty well known as being tough for everybody. How rewarding is it to have a team that has had a success so far that may be greater than any Flora football team in the past, and to have the community here come together the way that it has? I have so many friends that have children that not necessarily play here but go here, and that's all they're talking about is this Flora football team. It's got to be cool.
It is. It is cool. And man, I've put these kids through a lot, from the way we practice and space out. And sometimes it takes us 30 minutes to get through the locker room after practice. We've been really, really careful, and I know some of the things I do have probably gotten on their nerves, but listen, all we kept talking about was we don't want to be one of the ones that gets caught not being able to play in the playoffs. And I kept their eyes on the reason and the purpose, more so than the now. And when you have good leadership and a lot of maturity, those guys really embraced, the things that we did after a few weeks and understood it, and it became habit. And they did a really, really good job with it. And, certainly this community, parents supported those things, and they knew things took a little bit extra time sometimes, and some of the things that we asked them to do. And, the messages and the praises from the parents have obviously been coming strong since Friday. But the good news is that the kids really locked in today, and it was almost like Friday never happened. They're really on to the next one.
Normally a guy in my shoes either picks defense or offense to begin with, whichever one is performing better, but that would be a flip of the coin with you, because your defense has been stellar, your offense has been unbelievably explosive, averaging over 50 points a game this season. So my coin flip says offense. I like points, and you guys score a lot of them. I guess it all starts with your quarterback. Ethan Beamish has just been terrific this year.
Yeah, he really takes care of the ball, and I know he's a kid that probably wants to throw it more sometimes, but man, we're really good on the ground, and he's really selfless enough to say, when we're rolling and we're running the ball, especially here in the playoffs, we're just gonna keep doing what's been averaging 10 yards a play, and we've been doing that pretty successfully, and he's completely bought in. But he's so capable of making big throws when we need it. He throws a great ball. He is really smart. The kids all respect him. He's a great quarterback leader, and he's been a blessing to have on our team this year for sure.
One of those guys that it's a cliche, but a coach on the field.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, he knows what we're looking for and what we're trying to get in. And one thing you love about the kid, he's the same kid every play. And from a demeanor standpoint, he's like your lockdown pitcher. He's just going to be as even-keeled as he can be.
You have told me that the job that your offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, Ken Floyd, who you have been with and known a long, long time, has just been a genuine difference maker. Your line has been spectacularly more than efficient. You guys have been unbelievable up front. And it all kind of starts with him. So talk about his impact, and then the guys up there that are actually getting it done.
Yeah. Well, as a young coach, I felt like I was kind of brought up by Bart Miller. from my high school, Lexington, and when he was the OC here under Dean. And I'm going to tell you, Bart and Ken have a lot of similarities in their attention to detail and the little things, the fundamentals, up front, the effort level. And it's no wonder that those two guys were always so successful in the run game. And Ken, while personality is very different from Bart, his attention to detail is the same. And we would not be in this situation that we're in right now without Ken Floyd and Bennett Weigel, my two coordinators. And the three of us are extremely close. We get along really well. There's great chemistry amongst the three of us, and both of those guys are really, really good at what they do, and they love the kids, and that's the most important thing is the kids respond well to them because they know that they really care about them.
Tell me about some of those big boys up front.
It starts with our seniors. Chapman Lee is probably the most technically sound kid we have, even though he's the smallest. Kid has great feet, great hands, a great base. He's only about 230, 235, but man, he brings it, and he's super smart. He could probably play any position on the offensive line. We could insert him anywhere, probably even without practicing, and he'd do just fine. Billy Aven is our right guard. He's put on a bunch of weight since last year, made the state championship as a wrestler, and this is only his second year playing football since middle school, and he has done an unbelievable job. He is a road grader. He will pancake you and smile while he's doing it. He's just that kind of kid. He really loves playing football. And then our left guard is Emanuel Watkins. He's actually the cousin of Denzel Johnson. The brother of Denzel Johnson, and has done a tremendous job. Probably nobody's improved more up front than he has from last year to this year. And he's at left guard. And when you got the athleticism of him and Billy pulling in what we like to do with power and counter, it's a big blessing because those guys can move, and when they fit up on you, they're both 260 plus, and that's obviously a big deal when you're fitting up on a linebacker.
When you hand the ball off, you've got not one, not two, but three guys that literally on any given play can take it to the house from anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
But they're not just fast, they're tough, they kind of check all the boxes. Talk to me about the combination of Matt Pack, Terrell Coleman, and Markel Townsend, and how blessed you guys are to have such a dynamic threesome back there.
Sure. Well, I think I said a few minutes ago, great players make you win games and make coaches look good, and those three really make us look good. Matt Pack is the complete package. He's mature. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a strong runner. He's got breakaway speed. He can make you miss in the open field. Markel is like a fast twitch bowling ball. He does not go down. He's got the best balance on the team. He's the hardest kid to tackle on the team. His low center of gravity and the way that he can put a foot in the ground is really like not a whole lot of kids I've ever coached before. And me and Coach Floyd were actually joking over the weekend that Coleman's kind of the closer. He's the slashing, straight ahead runner with tremendous breakaway speed, but you can't arm tackle the kid. And it seems like about every time we have a tight game or, at halftime, he's the third and fourth quarter kid that hits the hole 125 miles an hour and breaks through a couple kids and keeps those legs driving. And he'll have a 20-yard run, and then all of a sudden you get a 70 like the one he had the other night. He's gotten faster this year. He is a senior that, got the bulk of the carries of the pack last year, and he's been tremendously unselfish, knowing that a third guy's coming to the mix. And the three of them understand that they stay fresh, they carry the load, and that we have a lot of faith in all of them.
All right, on the defensive side of the ball, you talked about Bennett coming over. He's done a great job for you guys. You've been very stingy, had a couple of shutouts, maybe more than that. The bottom line is the defense has been every bit as impressive as the offense. Talk a little bit about his impact and some of the guys making those plays.
Yeah. Well, we try not to do too much. We really just try to be simple, and we got great players up front. Everybody knows the 40 boys with Amarion and Amori and Jalen. Those guys are the life of what we do. They take a lot of pressure off of our linebackers. We had a couple new inside linebackers starting this year, but we had our overhang back with Tyrell Green. Markel's now played some bandit, some weak side outside linebacker, and he's one of the best tacklers on the team, and he literally started on defense last week. But that's just kind of what kind of football player he is. Max Childress is another kid that's been tremendous in the box, playing weak side linebacker, and he played inside last week. That's another kid that plays the game really passionately, that kind of linebacker that you want, that just loves the hit, loves contact, wants to tackle people, gets excited about tackling people. And our secondary has really, really, really improved since last year. Boyce Bankhead moved over there from wide receiver, and he has proven to have a tremendous amount of range. He leads the team in interceptions. I think he has 4 picks in the playoffs. And then Diego Addison has been the biggest improvement in the secondary from last year. Had a great summer last year, and I don't think the season went how he wanted. But man, he's really responded. Plays really great, especially in cover 2. And so does Tyler Robinson. And Speldon's done a great job at free safety as well. And those guys have good chemistry. They move around well. They fly after the football, and they all have speed. And that's something that's important on the back end.
Has it changed anything going into this week, having the state championship game? Are you just trying to do everything basically the way you always have? Look, you're playing for state. It's a big thing. How are the kids and how are you and your staff kind of dealing with the cool part of that, yet the fact that can always be a little bit distracting?
Yeah. Well, the message Friday night, was that we don't want the feeling of getting there to be greater than the desire to win it. And I'll be honest, as soon as we got back, to the locker room Friday from Memorial, got back to school, I kind of felt like the kids were right where you wanted them to be. They were excited, but you could tell that they didn't have an attitude of we're finished. And today was great. I really, you worried how they showed up, but they seemed kind of lackadaisical and easygoing, and they're excited. They really are excited. And they know that this is the best team we played all year, and they're undefeated too. And just kind of the energy of that matchup, regardless of it being a state title game, this could be a first round of the playoffs, and they'd feel the same exact way because they see on film how well coached this team is and how talented they are. And if you really love the game, these are the kind of matchups you live for. Absolutely.
Look, I'm gonna let you get back with your guys, with your coaches, and we're gonna in a couple days from now, we're gonna meet up and talk a little bit specifically about the problems that North Myrtle are gonna present and all that. But again, man, congratulations on a fantastic year, and it's really cool being a resident here of Forest Acres, feeling it the way that I have, especially since the game on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, people are really into it, and that's a great thing for the community, man.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Hey, by the way, big shout out to how cool is it to turn the TV on Sunday and watch former Falcon Joseph Charlton? I mean,
Definitely.
Isn't that not great,
Definitely.
man?
It's great. The kids love it too. In fact, one of them a couple weeks ago made some comment after he had the fake pass, and man, it's really cool. Former AC Flora players on Madden. So they like to attach it back to a video game, and that's their pop culture life. But certainly Joseph's been great. We've talked numerous times this season, and he's having a great year, and we wish him all the best.
All right, man. We'll catch up with you in a couple days, brother. Thanks for your time, man.
Yep.